Indeed, so important. Our first map going to be Dragonshire. Definitely my favorite map.
It's a great map. It's one of the older maps in Heroes of the Storm, and I think it's really a map where you get to see always consistently the team that has better map control actually win.
Well, it looks like we have started Cloud9 with that first ban and first pick, getting rid of Tyrande, something we've seen a lot in the NA scene, and then the very common worldwide ban of Zeratul.
And this should be a first pick on Uther for Cloud9. They kind of realized that giving up Uther might not have been worth it in the game versus Tempo yesterday. Dunk Terrain so very powerful on that hero, and there it is, the first pick of Uther.
And you really can't blame him for taking Uther there. Universally agreed to be the strongest support in the game. And Uther can heal, but he's also very versatile. He's able to punish, to stun, to get in there. It's a fantastic pick. So the strongest support there, taken right away.
And I want to compliment just the ban on Tyrande here too, because Tyrande on this battleground, she is so good at pairing with all the rotation heroes, whether it be Kerrigan or Butcher, it doesn't matter. She complements them all so well, and that is so key on Dragonshire.
Well, you know, it's a funny thing because around the world we don't see that as often, but definitely a strong character here in the Americas region. Now we do have the picks for Murloc Geniuses coming up. Jaina being their first pickups, that's been very popular, and Abathur right off the bat.
It's really exciting to see Abathur being used here. Abathur's been getting more and more popular in this tournament as we get further and further along, and Abathur a great pick. The fact that Abathur can pretty much be anywhere at any point in time makes Abathur just a fantastic hero. Let's say that you have the Abathur hat on one hero and it gets taken out. That's fine. You can go to the next one. This makes for great fights, especially when fighting over the shrines specifically, but also just around the Dragon Knight as well.
And the Toxic Nest, you can spread out everywhere for vision. I mean, such a versatile hero. But Cloud9, they've now got 2 more picks, and really, considering that none of the Warriors have been touched, Johanna and Leoric, they have whatever they want here.
Yeah, those are 2 of our absolute top picks in Heroes of the Storm. 2 fantastic warriors. And let's see, Kael'thas being picked up right away.
Kael'thas is fantastic and deals so much damage. You can't be really surprised to see a pick there, especially with Jaina already being taken.
Well, who will they pick with this? If they don't pick up a warrior here, whether it be Johanna or Leoric.
Leoric. Actually, one of the later times we've seen Leoric pick. Leoric is either picked first or banned first most of the time. So definitely want to get Leoric on your team. It's such a stable warrior hero, able to zone so well, and just brilliant escapes too.
You can argue that being predictable is a weakness for a team. That certainly isn't the case with King Caffeine. He's very public about saying, I will pick Leoric just about every case in which I can, but it doesn't matter because he's so strong on that hero.
Well, it looks like we do have another band coming up. Zagara band here by Murloc Geniuses. Definitely one of these very popular heroes. Helps with the rotations with those creep tumors, giving a lot of vision. And, of course, deals a lot of damage. And those Moss setups as well. Very powerful indeed.
Kind of funny we had a Johanna ban there. When normally it's either Leoric band, and then Johanna is the first pick. Also, as we get further here, we're going to have Illidan. Now, Illidan and Abathur, this is probably one of the oldest combos we've seen in Heroes of the Storm. We don't always see a lot of success about it. You know, we've talked about this backstage especially. Is this still viable? Apparently Murloc Geniuses thinks it is. Yeah, I mean, we did see yesterday, for instance, Cognitive Gaming have some great success with Illidan Abathur, but, you know, this is sometimes an all your eggs in one basket type of move.
You know, but they could actually aim to replicate that. Now, I actually talked to the team a bit more, and this is something they picked up from Snake and Crit. And there's Tastar. This should be the Brightwing, the exact composition we saw from Cognitive just yesterday. It's a very cool style that is new to the American meta, and teams are not used to fighting against it.
Certainly, you just skip a warrior with this type of pick, and Illidan is kind of your everything. You know, you put that Abathur hat on him, make him attack quicker, give him those extra shields, heal him up, and just let him go ham.
Well, we're going now to the final 2 picks here for Cloud9, and their chance to respond here to Murloc Geniuses, and we're going to have a Sonya pick. Sonya definitely on the rise in popularity, and we just have to see what that last hero is going to be.
Now, the Sonya pick here is incredibly intelligent for one reason, and it's the fact that there's not a single stun on the side of Murloc Geniuses at this point.
Oh, that's a great point.
Murden, on the other hand, is very good because he's counter Illidan, reverberation, reduce that auto attack speed, and, well, that's just going to reduce the effectiveness of that hero. They're putting so much faith in already.
I do love it. That is a fantastic couple of pickups for them, absolutely. What will this last pick be? Probably like a Rhaegar? you think?
I'm feeling the Brightwing still.
Yo, Brightwing,
that
okay.
full
Let's
combo
see.
out of Korea. They might be backing away from it. I don't know. But it seems like they're committed. We've seen Tassadar have great success paired with Brightwing. I'm feeling it.
All right, let's see it. Oh, it does
okay.
turn out to be a Rhaegar, but you know, that's the really old combo
Yes,
right there.
yeah.
Right? Just get that Ancestral off, and
Still a strong pairing. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about Lightning Shield on top of Illidan. When he's dashing forward, he's doing more damage with that. Ancestral Heal, like that big heal to keep Illidan and give him that second chance to stay alive in those fights. Very strong.
yeah. So, which lineup do you guys like more here, as far as the heroes go? Do you like this? Do you like this kind of new, fresh composition without the warrior, or do you like the fact that they picked up the Sonya and Muradin over on Murloc Geniuses?
Every time I've seen Cloud9 play with Sonya and Muradin, this is hyper dive style, it feels so strong. I'm feeling the Cloud9 comp. I think that's a better composition for
Yeah,
Dragon Child.
I got to agree, actually. It's cool to see Murloc Geniuses using this comp, but
Yeah.
I think the question is it going to be viable? Is it actually going to work? I think Cloud9's comp a little bit more modern, probably a little bit more effective.
There's just so many stuns, and if they're specking really into Illidan, if he gets stun locked as he dives into battle, it could be lights out for him.
Yeah, I mean, what else are they going to do? If Illidan blows up, then you basically have Jaina and Tassadar on their own trying to take everyone out. That's not going to work out. So definitely got to go with you guys. I'm favoring Cloud9 here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get hyped. We are going into game number 1. Murloc Geniuses against Cloud9.
All right, over here on the left side of the map, in the blue, we have Equinox on Illidan, Mad Timmy on Rhaegar, Faye on Abathur, Kath on Luck on Jaina, and Fury on Tassadar. Make some noise for Murloc Geniuses. And their opponents in the red on the right side of the map, we have Dunk Train on Uther, King Caffeine on Leoric, Fan on Muradin, K1 Pro on Kael'thas, and iGym on Sonya. Let me hear you make some noise for Cloud9.
Well, our game is now started up. We do see some camping here, bush party here for Murloc Geniuses, hoping for a possible ambush. Doesn't look like we're going to have one, as the concentration of Cloud9 just going to be in the middle here. And then they will rotate to the other lanes here to make sure they soak up experience properly.
All right, let's see. They are doing a big rotation down here. I think we're going to see a lot of rotating going on by Cloud9, just clearing lane, clearing lane, clearing lane. Definitely a popular thing to do on this map, but those Abathur mines kind of slowing them down and annoying them a bit.
We have seen 4 player rotations from middle to bottom a lot on this map when we're casting at OGN, where you have one of the more stable heroes just stay in the top lane and try to stabilize there. On this map, middle lane and bottom lane a little bit more important than top lane, because top lane has bridges that you have to get to your opponent's base, and that's a little bit tougher to push.
Yeah, definitely those bottom 2 lanes a bit more important. That's why we see a lot of soloing up there, as you say. So interesting to see who they put up there. No big surprise that Sonya right now up at that top shrine, but we do have Illidan rotating up there as well to help out.
Both shrines under the control of Cloud9, although we do see Jaina coming up here in the north to capture top shrine. And it looks like that will then go back to a balance of one controlled by one team, the other controlled by the other. Not normal to see Dragon Knight taken right away. If that is taken there, that's a huge blow to the team that didn't get it.
Yeah, and psychologically as well. 2 teams that are evenly matched oftentimes battle for many minutes to try to get that first Dragon Knight out, because both teams are just so on top of preventing it. So.
You know, one thing to keep in mind, too, is that you don't want to go all in to get the Dragon Knight early on, because you need to get experience.
Yeah, that's definitely very important. If you're roaming as 5 or something, skipping some of these lanes, your opponents are going to get a bit of an advantage as far as that experience goes. But look at this, a very quick move over here by Illidan on Murloc Geniuses to go ahead and grab that Bruiser Camp.
Dude, super quick rush there on the Bruiser Camp. That's going to give a strong push there, having that. You got to be careful, though, because Illidan, really the focus of this entire team right now. Everybody bands together and helps Illidan when the team engagements happen. So they're going to use that. Illidan in good shape still. But definitely as this game goes on, keep your eyes on Illidan, because he's going to be the center of attention throughout this game as we get into about mid-game, like where level 10 is, all the way into late game to level 20.
You're very correct about that. He is the star of this show, whether it be a successful showing or a tragedy for his team. If he stays alive, they will win. If he doesn't, they will lose.
As the game continues on, we do see that no 2 shrines are under the control of one team. A little bit of concentration up at the top. Whoa! Illidan getting very low. Leo ghosting forward, and very good timing there. Dash away. Now really good.
That is some support for your Illidan play right there. Abathur instantly giving the hat. Castar immediately coming up and giving him that shield. But Jaina, not quite so lucky, get him taken out.
Nice takedown there by Jaina. Looks like Castar trying to get away. He should get out of here without a takedown. But wow, really good footsies, if you want to call it there, by Illidan. Moving out, well-timed out shield. I really thought he was going to lose. You see Lior ghosting forward like that. It's pretty scary. But great job there by our Illidan players.
All right, well, right now we do have Tassar getting blown up there in the center. In the meantime, we do have Equinox here. He has that Abathur hat pushing forward. Murden has to retreat for the time being, but they do have control of the center, and the shrine is up.
As we go forward here, if they can get the shrine, that would be huge. It looks like it might go uncontested, and the Dragonite has been acquired now by Fan. Pushing forward here into the mid lane, and this is going to be a pretty big blow for Murloc Geniuses.
Absolutely. Nice moves there by Cloud9, being able to grab that first Dragonite, but it's still important that they're soaking all of these lanes. The first Dragonite, yeah, you're going to get some towers, a gate, you know, get some damage on your opponents, but you don't expect to do too much, so you still have to just fight towards that level 10.
Dragonite now rotating to the top. You can always tell, you know, when you got a good team, they're able to sustain the Dragonite first one for a long period of time. So Dragonite now going up to the north here. They're going to take out the towers here. And important to note, when you take out one of the towers, obviously no bullets are going to be firing on minion waves, so the other team has to be even more attentive as the game progresses.
Well, you know, they got some value out of that Dragonite there.
Sure,
Definitely did some significant damage. And if you look at the experience bars, that does reflect that somewhat. They're almost to level 9, whereas Murloc Genius is only about halfway through level 8. So they may be able to go ahead and grab level 10 first, and those heroic abilities, which are so important in Heroes of the Storm.
And around the time they get to level 10, I think the shrines will have respawned, so that'll be another opportunity for them to really control the map, get those shrines again, and I think if Cloud9 does it right, there's going to be great room to punish Murloc Geniuses here.
Well, we do see both teams kind of checking around, poking into mercenary camps here and there. Oh, very nice. We do see the mule being taken here by Abathur. Going to go ahead and repair up some of these hurt towers.
A good push up here at the top. Meanwhile, in the mid, Tassadar is getting zoned out. And that's actually a great play here by Cloud9, because as they're hitting level 10, there's no way that Dragonite is really accessible here. And we are going to have those shrines spawn momentarily, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
You know, it's pretty great that Cloud9 just got level 10. We don't have that 4 Murloc Geniuses, so we see Cloud9 starting to get a little bit more aggressive. Sonya pushing up top, Leoric in the middle, and 3 heroes down in that bottom lane. So they are going to see if they can get a little bit of an engagement right before 10 for Murloc Geniuses.
And level 10 is about to be touched right now by Murloc Geniuses, and that's going to be the big equalizer right now. And this is where Murloc Geniuses can begin to get tempo into this game. They can actually start to balance this out, because they were at a disadvantage, and there wasn't really much they could do, right? I mean, they were behind in levels, they didn't get the Dragonite, but here at level 10, this is where things can really begin to even out, maybe even Murloc Geniuses beginning to come back.
Well, I want to point out something really clever here by Cloud9. On Kael'thas, they've taken Pyroblast as their heroic talent. And that is a great move against a composition that doesn't have Uther there to put on a Divine Shield onto Illidan. So they can put a lot of damage on him right away.
What's funny about it, too, is Illidan has to dive in.
Yeah.
I mean, Illidan has to actually be there, right? There's no Illidan runs away while doing damage strategy. So Pyroblast just nukes him, right?
Yeah.
So let's keep on the lookout for that, because I think that's going to have a huge impact here in this game.
Certainly the case. Can't wait to see that. But right now, we do have a big push here with that giant camp down the bottom, taking out the fort here.
So good push there in the bottom lane. By the way, bottom lane on this map, potentially the most important lane. You can really get some solid pushes in there. It's very open. You get access to that. So you can get to the core pretty easily and get out pretty easily. So really, Cloud9 off to a great start.
All right, here we go. We have Illidan actually jumping in at the moment. Nice stun there by Kael'thas, but everyone does back up, doesn't want to do a full-on battle at the moment.
And as the game continues on, important to note that not two shrines, or neither the two shrines are ever under one team's control at any given point in time. But that may be changing here. Yes, it is. As we have Murloc Geniuses taking that, but I spoke too soon. Fan already reclaims the top shrine here. So no Dragonite just yet for any team.
Guys, by the way, go ahead and make sure to hashtag HeroesWC and vote for which team you think is going to win. Hashtag Cloud9 or hashtag Murloc Geniuses. Go ahead on Twitter and do that right now.
Yeah, definitely do that. That's a great way to participate here with the show. We want to hear what you guys are thinking. By the way, bottom lane down here being pushed pretty heavily. We see New York right now. Vampire and some health away from the opposing team. As we get a little bit further, Tassadar going to have to back up a little bit more right now.
Yeah, we see the Avatar is up. A nice stun goes down there on Mad Team. You're going to have to back up for the time being. Cloud9 starting to rotate back a little bit. They are split. Kael'thas is way off to the side. Metamorphosis here by Illidan. Illidan getting all over Dunk Train, jumping back now, and they've just got to keep him alive.
Illidan taking a lot of damage right now. Going to be the focus of all the attention. And right now, Cloud9 is diving in. Sonya coming in very low on health. Does manage to back away. Illidan escaping. And it was only Kael'thas that was taken out there. So a win there for Murloc Geniuses, but not a huge one. They won the battle, but not, so far the war at least.
Indeed, indeed. But, we did see, that was some nice moves by Illidan to get out of there. If that Pyroblast had gone out off on him, he definitely would have gone down, but instead it was thrown down on the Rhaegar. Really nice moves by both sides, but, right now, Murloc Geniuses has control of both these shrines.
And it looks like, Murloc Geniuses barely denied the Dragon Knight there. We saw that the animation was almost done. He would have connected and became the Dragon Knight. But the shrine was captured there by Cloud9. So nice play there. And now Cloud9 under control here. Looks like it's going to be the Murloc Geniuses to deny any capture of the Dragon Knight. And so far they've done that effectively.
Oh man, look at the amount of damage being put on Illidan right there. That was a lot. And the Pyroblast coming out right now. Illidan can't escape. Lots of damage going down once again. But Rhaegar on top of healing him up.
Nicely done there by Rhaegar. Once again, Cloud9 and under control of the shrines. This may force Murloc Geniuses to stay in the center here. They're going to have to leave at least 3 players here because otherwise they probably can't deny the capturing of the Dragon. Whoa!
Oh, the nicely ancestral right there, blowing up Illidan. Very nice move by Cloud9. That really breaks the backbone of Murloc Geniuses.
Really nicely done. And this team doesn't function without Illidan. This entire team is centered around buffing and supporting Illidan. So when you take Illidan out, that means Cloud9 is going to have complete control here. And now we see a push into the mid lane. This fort for sure is going to go down.
Yeah, that fort is absolutely out of here. Illidan's still not up, so they don't really have a great fighting force at the moment, whereas the entire team of Cloud9 is up, pushing all over the place. We do finally have Illidan up. Everyone congregating here at the middle keep wall.
You can see the wall now getting broken down here. Very effective. Dragon Knight still at about 90% health, and they're going to rotate back out as if that they've done the damage. We may see a rotation at top. Not entirely clear here. First thing to get the Dragon Knight out. Dragon Knight taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in taking all of King Caffeine's Dragon Knight health off of him. But that's all right, he has backed up, and now we do see Cloud9 turn here. Nice stun going down on Jaina, jumping here from Muradin, going into Avatar mode, and we see a lot of targeting going down, but Metamorphosis from Illidan.
Jaina taking it down right now. Cloud9 going to be diving in. Illidan getting barely low on HP. Illidan on the run right now. A stun there, beautiful. As Tassadar is so low, invulnerable for a second.
Beautiful move right there by Tassadar, barely getting out of there alive, saving Illidan as well, but doesn't matter. This keep taking lots of damage from Cloud9.
Yeah, I mean, they escaped, but that doesn't mean they're going to live through the game here, as mid lane is completely cleared. As you can see by the shape of the map, that's the fastest lane for minions to push through. So that's going to be a bit of a burden there on Murloc Geniuses. Top lane, not really touched for them, but that's not as important on this map. So right now, Cloud9 is just setting up for, I think, a win, unless Murloc Geniuses really comes up with something incredible right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to win a team battle or two here. They haven't killed these forts, and that's a really tough situation to be in. You need to have a path to that core. If you don't have one and it gets to late game, even if you win a big battle, you're not going to be able to finish your opponents off.
This is a problem right here. I'm not sure exactly what Murloc Geniuses can do. I don't believe this team scales as well into the late game. I think this team has a lot of good fighting potential, especially post level 10. But as you get deeper and deeper and deeper, I think if Murloc Geniuses makes any mistake, for instance, if Illidan dies again,
yeah,
I don't know what you're going to do.
No, I mean,
right?
That's the one mistake you can't make, right? If Illidan ends up going down, then there's nothing you can really do. He's your frontliner in every single way. You don't have a warrior. It's all about his damage output. But for the time being, we do have a big push here with the Giants onto this bottom key ball. It's going to give them a lot of experience and open up this path even more.
And bottom lane getting eaten up here as, you know, Murloc Genius is just not quite able to defend. I mean, the Mercenary camp's being captured so effectively. And also, no, Cloud9 engages, but they know exactly when to pull out. The moment that the Shrines are available again, they go right in there. But we do have actually Murloc Genius coming in to chase in right now.
Yeah, it looks like Illidan was all over Muradin there for a moment, but Muradin being able to get out of the way, and it looks like they have a space.
Misstepped, actually. Illidan did not quite body block Muradin correctly there, and Cloud9 basically leaving unscathed, right? They already have the bottom shrine. We only got Abathur protecting the top shrine, if you can even call it that. So I'm not sure what they're going to be able to do.
Well, right now we do see Murloc Jesus coming down to take this bottom area. A lot of damage being put onto Leoric. He does use his Wraith Walk, but it looks like Illidan is going to chase him down, and this kill should occur. There he goes.
Nicely done. Illidan wants blood, and they do manage to get in there, take that, and they are going to go capture the bottom shrine, making sure that Dragon Knight is unavailable for the time being. Important to note, level lead right now for Cloud9 compared to Murloc Geniuses. So they're going to be getting level 20, and their storm abilities a little bit quicker.
That is very important to bring up, Tasteless. Those storm talents are absolutely amazing. They're kind of like heroics all over again at level 20. So that'll give them a big, big edge if they can manage to hit it first.
Right now, Murloc Geniuses, I got to say, they're doing the best they can. I think it's pretty effective, trying to stick together as a team. We have a surround coming in here. Beautiful flank right now from Cloud9. Heroic ability activated there on Illidan, but they're doing a decent job setting. Nice job there, keeping Jaina alive.
Indeed, but right now we see Sonya dealing lots of engineer. Rhaegar being stunned. Rhaegar does in fact fall, and right now we just see Tassadar and Illidan hightailing it out of here.
And, you know, with two heroes down, Abathur not having a tremendous amount of functionality at this point in time. I mean, I guess he can buff buildings and everything like that, but Abathur can't reclaim shrines, for instance, which are both available here on the map. So with map control going to Cloud9, I mean, here they go. They beat me to it. They're going to get the Dragon Knight no matter what.
That's going to be really, really tough, especially since Rhaegar, their healer, and Jaina, their range damage, are down right now. And oh man, Abathur ends up falling. That is bad, bad news. They're on top of the core right now. All five coming into Dragon Knight as well. It doesn't look like Illidan will be able to stop them.
The core is taking too much damage. I don't believe that Murloc Genius can keep it alive. And this will be game number one as Cloud